Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Mike Shea, Transworld Business Advisors. I am here with my good friend Scott Mann, who happens to be my digital marketing guy. But we're going to talk about something else. Scott owns a firm downtown Orlando called Highforge, and I've always thought of Scott as kind of a mentor because he's on the cutting edge of a lot of stuff. And he, out of the blue, called me last week and wanted to talk to me about something I was generally aware of, but I didn't do a hell of a lot of deep dive on because I'm still recovering from dealing with PPP and a bunch of other stuff like that. But it's the ERC credit, or the employment retention credit. So Scott, thanks for kind of doing this overview. Why don't you give me a quick rundown on this program and what you're doing with it?
Yeah, sure. This is really exciting stuff. Actually, we were initially, as a marketing agency, we were contacted by a large national payroll firm. They needed help getting the word out because the reality is most people who got the PPP credit, when the ERC program rolled out, the initial rules were that if you had the PPP, you did not qualify for the ERC. So most companies on the planet just discounted it straight out of hand. However, in December of 2020, they revised the rules and basically relaxed the restrictions on the program. And by this point, it was already kind of too late. It had already floated under the radar. Most people missed it. And to complicate matters, because this is a tax related credit, usually this falls under the umbrella of CPAs. However, because of the way that people qualify for this credit, it's actually through your payroll system. And so, unless your CPA is in house, this is completely off the radar for even most CPAs. They don't look at it because of the payroll. And so, it ended up essentially just falling through the cracks. But here's all this government money, and the government wants to reward businesses for having retained their W-2 employees through the government lockdown. And so even if you made more money in 2020 and 2021 than the prior year, it doesn't matter. There's still a lot of possibilities to qualify for this credit, and we've got a great program where it's a simple fill out a form and get on the phone, and within a couple of minutes we can tell you if you qualify, and you can qualify for as much as $26,000 per W-2 employee. And the only people who don't qualify are the owners, anybody who has a majority stake in the company who's a W-2 employee, or a family member of said stakeholder. If they're on payroll, then they are disqualified, but everybody else qualifies.
So,
So,
so the change happened when? December 2020?
yep, December 2020.
So right at the end of the year, everyone's kind of shifting into 21 and getting ready to pay taxes and all the rest, and didn't really realize that the rules, they didn't publicize that the rules had changed, right?
That's exactly. Well, I mean, they're publicized, but they weren't. It wasn't marketed very well. It wasn't pushed like PPP was. The government is terrible at marketing. Let's be honest.
Correct.
And so and that's where we come in to help out and get the word out, and to help businesses qualify. And in fact, a lot of our partners are CPAs because this is just a little bit to the side of what they normally do. And so a lot of them are sending their businesses to us to help us qualify and get their clients
So
through the
it's not
application
they're not
process.
getting checks, they're getting a credit on their return, right?
In this case, it may end up actually being a check because it's from in reverse, right? So these are credits in arrears, and it can actually be straight cash. So yeah.
So, sole proprietors, you're out. Um, Probably decent middle-sized companies with a few employees. So, 300,000 up in terms of gross revenue, probably. So that's restaurants. I guess the big change is, the pre pre-pandemic or pre the change was you couldn't get it if you had PPP, which was most people, which is why no one really thought about it.
Yep.
And hey, because there are a lot of businesses that did really, really well during. I mean, I'm thinking everybody in the trades did really, really well. Um, Barring the restaurants and the mandatory shutdowns of things in the beauty space, or healthcare, where there was this, limited usage, there's a huge impact to people they could really benefit from. And so tell me how the program actually works and what on the surface qualifying means.
Yeah, so like I said, the program's pretty simple. You just go to a couple different websites, but the primary one that we're using to help qualify, because we've got staff on hand to help directly, erc-provider.com. Fill out a simple form, and the whole system is automated, and we'll kind of take care of the rest from there. On the qualification side, there's actually two primary ways that businesses qualify. One is a gross receipts reduction. That one's obvious. If you can demonstrate that there was an actual fiscal negative impact on your business, that's a no-brainer. That's covered. But here's the one that most people don't realize will actually also qualify you for the program, which is a full or partial suspension of your business operations. So, the government required partial or full shutdown of most businesses in the country in some way, shape, or form. And this includes things like your operations being limited by commerce, inability to travel, restrictions on group meetings, not being able to meet with clients, not being able to go to conferences and events. These are things that would qualify your business for these credits.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm thinking of our own business. We were shut out of our offices. Um, Hell, even 2 months ago was that second spike. We kind of pared back again. So almost everybody went to an alternative model of
Yep.
the business.
And we've got businesses, I mean large businesses, not even just, SMBs. We've got some large scale businesses that didn't realize and totally missed the boat on this and are getting over $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in credits. It's pretty bonkers that this, went
Oh,
under the radar and people are missing it.
hey, I'm doing my taxes right now. They're they're right here. I'm about to start cutting checks, and I'm going to quickly go punch in my stuff into the computer. I mean, obviously, my little practice doesn't matter, but the firm obviously has some impact, and we kept all our people. Um, so I think it's a huge element that people need to be made aware of. So so again, the website is www.erc-provider.com, right?
That's it.
Okay, and it's the employment reduction retention credit. Thanks so much. If they want to do a personal plug on your other business.
Yeah. So, we help people with marketing. So, the reason I'm on this podcast today is because, one of the largest payroll providers in the country needed help getting the word out. But we work with SMBs and enterprise level businesses to help them level up their game online. We essentially act as a fractional chief marketing officer through our engagements. And then we also do agile marketing, which means for flat rate retainers per month, typically in the 5, 10, 15, and $20,000 a month range, you get a full service agency with 5 and 10 different CMO level, high level leaders helping solve all of your complex problems in the digital marketing space online. We do a lot of work with service-based businesses, regional businesses, manufacturing industries, hospitality. I mean, you name it. We help create playbooks for businesses that aren't even sure how to market their business. We
Right.
help with branding, we help with marketing, we help with messaging, we help with paid ads, all of that stuff. So if anybody has a need, feel free to send them my way. And additionally, if people who have clients who have a need, we have a 10% commission referral based program. You send business to us, whether you want the money or not, we're sending you a check for 10% for the first 12 months of retainer fees. So we just build that into our pricing model because we don't actually have any sales team in our company. We rely entirely on our network.
Cool. Well, testimonial. I've used your services, and I've loved it. You were really good in helping me rebrand. It was very consultative, and there was a lot of give and take in rebranding the business. And more importantly, some of the dialogue. Scott's a great educator on this stuff. Gets super technical, super fast, and you can break it down for a dummy like me pretty quick.
I
And
wouldn't call you a dummy. You're a pretty smart cookie for sure.
thanks for this. I'm going to pump this out, and everybody check out that website, www.erc-provider.com, and take advantage of this program. Thanks,
Much
Scott.
appreciated. Thanks, Michael.